After the Automobile. I love this as a book title. At one point I wanted to write a book with this title, and that's one reason why I was interested in these books with similar titles. This weekend I attended a book tour hosted by Vision Zero Vancouver for Life After Cars, and this inspired me to make this video. The City After the Automobile is a book I came across earlier in my journey. This book was published in 1997, so I've been interested in this topic for a long time. This book is not quite what I have in mind. I want to discuss what's after the automobile. When automobiles no longer exist, what will life be like? This book is more after the introduction of the automobile. They've discussed ways in which cities accommodate automobiles, and they discuss ways which cities might be able to better manage automobiles. But we're assuming that cars exist and will exist. One of the suggestions they have is for a utility car, which is actually very similar to car sharing programs, which we do currently have in my city, Vancouver. After the Car was published in 2009, and the content is a little bit more similar to what I have in mind. However, it's a bleak version of Life After the Car. Without cars, things aren't as good. And the book I want to write is without cars, things are a lot better. After the Car has a chapter on climate change. I want to solve climate too. There's a chapter on car systems, understanding the automobile as a system. It's not just the vehicles, the road network and how the roads get built, how they are designed. It's regulations and policing. It's the fuel source and how we acquire the fuel source. Have we decided to use the military to acquire fuel? A lot of factors go into making the car system, and it's important to understand the car system to see how things could change. The system is not sustainable. Things have to change. So what options are there? They look at technologies, alternate fuel sources, smart vehicles, digitization. And their conclusions, though, I found quite somber. One of the scenarios they suggest could happen is local sustainability. And this one seems not bad. In this one, we contract our way of living and we live more sustainably. This is perhaps a slight lowering of the standard of living, but overall it's better than the second scenario, which is regional warlordism. So I don't want that. I don't want regional warlordism. The third option is digital networks of control, and this one they describe as Orwellian. And this is where we use our technology to better manage transportation. And that does lead to efficiencies, but it also creates a loss of privacy and other concerns. They discuss an option of the smart card, which actually currently exists in my city. When we use transit, we tap in and we tap out, and there is a record of my movements. I was surprised when the smart card was introduced in the city that there wasn't a bigger backlash, that there weren't more concerns about privacy, but people didn't seem to care. What I would like to do in my book is a combination of 1 and 3. Live sustainably, but instead of having a contracted standard of living, we offset that by using our technology to improve or at least maintain our standard of living. Focus on transportation of goods. If we have a transportation of goods network using all the technology, then we can minimize the risks of loss of privacy and other concerns. We can make it really efficient. Now, life after cars. There's a lot about life after cars that I'm excited about. Looking at the chapter headings, they discuss a lot of key points about the dangers of cars, and they are discussing alternatives. It was amazing being in a crowd filled with people who are interested in this topic and who are recognizing some of the dangers and concerns of relying on automobiles and who are looking for something different. They don't seem as interested in technology and what technology can do for this issue. They're more looking for street design changes and lobbying politicians, asking for small changes to make cities more livable. They show, automobiles in decay, but they don't seem to discuss the concerns of if we don't have cars, then this could lower our standard of living, much like in the first scenario of after the car. It's not quite life after cars, as in the future automobiles won't exist, or suggesting that we should ban automobiles. They seem more advocating for life after car dominance, life after car tyranny, which is fine, but I don't think they recognize the extent to which we need an alternative to automobiles, that the current system needs to be replaced, ideally upgraded with something better. They don't seem to be focused on cargo technology, the movement of goods. There was a cargo bike parked out front of the venue, so it is part of the movement, it is part of change. This is happening in cities. Cargo bikes, the transportation of goods, is so important to sustainability and the future of transportation. For now, I am pretty excited that these books exist, that this conversation is taking place. I want to contribute to this conversation, and I hope you'll join me for future conversations about after the automobile.